Alright, welcome everyone to my Stellaris playthrough. Actually, it's the first one I ever recorded, or recording, so yeah. Finally, like most of you, I'm excited to play 2.0, although this is not my first playthrough, and this is actually going to be my third one. I used the first two to just introduce myself to 2.0 and just get my feet wet. And today I'm going to start a new playthrough, my third one. The second one was successful. I haven't finished it yet, but I think it's just it's time to make a third one because I grew bored of the second one. And yeah, so lots of stuff have changed in 2.0. Took quite some time to adapt to the new changes, and I'm actually still learning. And it's going to be interesting how new empires play out. Yeah, so let's jump in. Today I'm going to start. I'm going to play as determined exterminators. Actually, this is my favorite playstyle, just as fanatical purifiers. Anything that has anything to do with fanatical purifiers, devouring swarms, exterminators, I really like playing them. Their game style is very dynamic, and there's always some action, and element of survival when playing them, especially at the early stage. So this is the empire I created. Just gonna run over of what I did here. Basically, the biggest change as I see it in 2.0 is how mineral upkeep works, how mineral income works, and Paradox has reduced the inflation of minerals and energy throughout the game, as well as fleet numbers, and they did that by increasing the upkeep costs of, well, mostly everything, but especially fleets. So minerals are extremely important now, especially if you need to constantly maintain a large fleet to deter foes or just to invade into planets. Ground armies as well are pretty expensive to upkeep and build. So yeah, my main focus is going to be on mineral production and everything that can help me build stuff with reduced costs. So this is exactly how I built my empire. So let's go like for traits. I went with power drills, which just gives you flat plus 10% mineral work to bonus on tiles only. Recycled helps with constructing new bots. And it's important to know that determined exterminators, their main drawback is that they actually need to build their own pops. They don't breed like normal empires do. So on top of the need to expand and build fleets, you also need to spend minerals on building pops. This is big strain. So hopefully this will help with that, those two bonuses. I offset this with two negatives that actually has no impact at all on the type of empire I play. Ruler opinion, well, it doesn't matter. Everybody's going to hate me right away. And bulky, for resettlement cost is like no problem in 2.0. You no longer need to pay influence for this. Instead, you pay energy. So energy is pretty common and it's easy to generate. So energy is usually not an issue. So I can safely ignore this one. And yeah, that's about traits. Let's go for government ethics. So yeah, machine intelligence, determine exterminators. Let's see, they changed from 2.0 that now we start in a tomb world. Diplomacy, purification, Armageddon, bombardment. It's going to be interesting how this works out in 2.0. Weapon damage increase, ship cost reduced is nice, but honestly, if it was ship upkeep reduced, that would have been even better because the cost is okay, but upkeep is the thing that really makes it hard now. Naval capacity increased, no army bonus damage, unlike devouring swarms, for example, so it's difficult to defend your planets if you're getting invaded by multiple empires. Other than that, that's it. I went with rock biters, again, mineral boosting, civic. The rest of the civics doesn't really offer much, especially early game. Leader recruitment costs, you can just ignore this, since it just costs energy to recruit leaders and not influence. It's pretty cheap, especially as the game progresses. Building cost is okay, but not too drastic. You're not constantly building stuff to warrant that. Factory overclocking, not worth it. Research speed is nice, but not as to the first two picks. Actually, I have only one because this one is just, I start as Exterminator, so I have really only the freedom of the second choice. Rapid replicators, robot build speed, no problem, not needed. Edict cost is okay. Alternatives for research, month unity, nothing really stands out, but rock breakers is just excellent bonus right from start to finish, so this is going to help me a lot. That's pretty much it. Empire name, flag, choose appearance and ruler, and we're good to go. So going to play on large galaxy size. Gonna set 12 empires. When you play on large galaxies, I prefer to keep a lot of empires around. Reason is, if you go with too few, what's happening in most of the games is like most of the empires are clustered together, warring for territory, and then you have like two empires at the other side of the galaxy with no competition. They have like the half the galaxy for themselves, and by the mid game you see huge blobs of empires just with 20 planets just doing whatever they want. I don't like this, so I prefer to play with a lot of smaller empires taking territory and a bit of border goal than just to play with some unbalanced empires at the mid game. It's just pain to deal with them. So yeah. Fallen Empires 3, to keep things interesting. Marauder Empires 2 is enough. Tradition, Habitat Worlds 1, Crisis Threat, right? So usually before 2.0 I really liked playing Crisis Threat scaled up to at least 2. Thing is, the contingency in 2.0 is very common and they are very, very deadly. In my second playthrough I had to deal with them and it was rough. It was difficult to actually drive them back. So and this was just at 1.25. You need to deal with like almost 200k fleets at this crisis threat. So I think that's fine. Maybe the Scourge and the Unbeaten are easier, but yeah, so far I just get the contingency all the time. Mid game, end game, just normal. Aggressiveness, just I like to play it on high. There's a huge difference between normal and high on aggressiveness. If you put it on normal, the AI is pretty docile. They will not declare war on you unless, I don't know, just they're in grave danger or something. But usually the galaxy is not very dynamic and interesting. Lots of stale, just nothing happens. Hard completely changes this. There's a lot of war going on, lots of wars. It's much more interesting. Difficulty hard for now, just to get a feel for how machine empires work in 2.0. And the rest is just standard Iron Man on, of course. That's it. Let's go. So let's see first where is our location in the galaxy. And this is a very good location because I can almost guarantee that this side has no enemies in it, so one less flank to worry about. So, first strategies, we see mining upgrades, absolutely. Then we have defense army, well, not needed. Spare parts is okay, but this is a very good research to pick early on. It now boosts your unity instead of your influence, and this helps you unlock your first tradition trees faster. This is very useful. I'm gonna take that. And let's see, shield is okay, but the global energy management is very useful for the building that boosts your energy. Going to be extra important for us because we are robots and we are paying energy to maintain the costs of our pops. So this is going to help. This is set. We're gonna send our science ship to explore the surrounding systems, and gonna send my construction ship to build only mining station on minerals. I'm not going to build anything on energy because Well, I don't have a lot of energy to start with, and I just gonna focus on mineral production as much as I can, and when I'm going to run out of energy income, I just build one mine at a time. Now, let's recruit a second scientist and send another ship for exploring. Oh, yeah, there we go. Right, now exploration is very important, and you need to give it a thought when you're playing as fanatical purifiers. And the reason for this is that every enemy you discover, every empire you discover around you is a potential enemy and a threat. Now, the early game of fanatic purifiers is very, very fragile, because if several empires gang on you right on the start, they form defensive pacts, they declare war, and they can create can potentially just lose you the game right away, because you just don't have the means to deal with several empires at the same time this early. Not to mention it really wrecks your economy even if you survive. So our point at the early game is to survive, develop a strong economy, build our fleets, expand as much as we can and as fast as we can, and then go to war. In 2.0, I highly recommend not going to war just because it's like, well, it's fun, but really, if you're going to war, just think about if you have a real goal for this, because going to war is just really putting you back in economy. Mineral production is, with the new upkeep to fleets, is very, very tight, and forcing you to go, when you go to war, you need to constantly reinforce your ships and your front lines, and this goes from your infrastructure. So rather, unless you have like specific goal in mind or you just want to eliminate someone early, don't go to war. Even as fanatic purifiers, like my previous game with Devouring Swarm, I think my first war was just at only 70 years after the beginning. That was very late, but it was worth it. I mean, I just crushed everyone. After I developed the economy, I needed to support a big enough fleet to challenge entire federations. So yeah. Right, so let's see. So far, the neighboring systems aren't very good. I don't see any minerals, and minerals is what we need. So yeah, not very promising. This is a very bad war to colonize. Only 14 tiles, and most of them are blocked. That's not good. Hopefully, we will find something better. In the meantime, we need to let's build a mining network and build a new pop. So yeah, this is one of the things that's going to make it hard, especially in the start, that we actually need to spend minerals to buy pops. So not only we need to spend them to build new star bases constantly and reinforce our fleets, we also need to constantly buy new pops. So this is going to make things much harder. And I'm going to limit my exploration to a small area in hopes that I will not encounter any neighboring empire. As long as I can keep myself hidden from the rest of the galaxy, the better. That means if they don't know I exist, they can't declare war on me, they can't form defensive pacts on me. So this is our goal. Just explore as the minimum I need to expand, and just silently just grow up and then explode at the mid game. And yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully this will work out, but we will see. So yeah, no point exploring those anomalies because my scientists are still inexperienced. So we just wait for them to level up, and then we will explore them. Oh, okay, this is a good word. 23 population. The biggest, probably the biggest advantage of a machine empire is the thing that you can completely ignore habitability. They can colonize any planet, no matter the climate, which is huge. That means you have no limit to what planet you can expand into, and you can just expand faster than any empire. Now you see, this is actually I mean, I don't even care about this. Habitability -5, no problem. Food, well, I don't use food, so perfect. Let's see if there's anything interesting. Oh, Betharian stone, perfect. This is a very good planet. Now I just need a good source of minerals next to me. Let's explore that. Okay, this, hopefully it will be here. Right, traditions. As fanatical purifiers and machine intelligence, since every empire gets some tweaked tradition tree, I like to open with synchronicity. Several reasons for this. Robot build speed is very useful, and it's a huge bonus. Next, you have the probability of machine leaders dying. 50% cuts the chance of this happening. This is very important because, well, not very important, but if you have like good scientists, like geniuses or with good traits, well, sometimes you can just lose them 10 years in, and yeah, this eliminates that. And the processing hubs are excellent buildings that gives you a good boost to resource production, I think, if they didn't change it. And this is a very good structure to have early on and build it on your colonies. Then you have Bulwark of Harmony, excellent perk against empires that find themselves in constant wars. Now, it only works in defensive wars, but this is actually going to be most of our wars at early and mid game, because we are going to get declared a lot just because we are fanatical purifiers. So this bonus is going to get kicked is going to kick in a lot most of the time. The shipyard builds beat speed. Other than that, the fire rate is constant. It has no requirement. Any ship inside your borders gets this bonus no matter what war or which type of war you are in. Very useful. And the finisher of this is monthly influence increased by 1. Very, very useful, because with influence you can buy edicts, and with edicts you can boost your economy. Keeping edicts activated throughout the game is very, very good. Another good tree that can use as an opener is prosperity. Prosperity helps a lot with cost reductions of new ships and buildings. So since we are going to maintain a constant large navy to deter pesky neighbors, this is going to be very helpful at doing so. In reduced pop upkeep, which means it reduces the energy consumed by robots throughout the planet. Ship upkeep reduced, which this is huge. Ship upkeep is insane now, so this is very helpful. And the finisher is reduced consumer goods for robots. Again, it means less energy consumed by our robots. We pay energy for our pops, I think. This is very good. And as a third tradition, supremacy, because I think at this stage, this is usually where war began, start to ignite around, and this is going to come very handy. Expansion was a, I don't know, expansion previously was okay to start with, mostly because of the adoption effect. Colonizing new worlds without any technologies takes quite a lot of time, so this helps with that. But other than that, there isn't much to offer here that like very interesting. Maybe only the finisher of course systems increase, but really that's not a big deal. And yeah, so this is going to be our strategy. We're going to open with synchronity. Sync, I'm just going to call it like this, and continue on with prosperity, moving into supremacy, and then just we'll see if we will survive to that point. I mean, no guarantee I will even survive this game, because, well, we'll see. If I can even handle the economy strain I will have between building fleets, expanding, and building new star bases and fleets. Alright, so let's build uplink node. That building has different names under different empires, but it's the one that boosts unity, and I really recommend building this as your first or second building, because it's actually pretty big impact on how fast you are unlocking your tradition trees early on. So this will help you fill up your first tree pretty quickly. So yeah, I like to pick it as early as I can. Now, these systems aren't very promising, barely any mineral production, so we are going to rely mostly on our home planet to produce minerals. So this is going to be my focus on all those empty tiles. I'm just gonna build minerals on them. And this is the world I'm planning to expand into, so we can just start building outposts at this planet. We might as well just grab those 2 minerals, and yeah, let's do this. I think another good idea would be to build another construction ship. Yeah, what's my second science ship? Oh, they're both at the same place. No, that's not good. Let's explore those 2 planets. They might have something in them. Another planet. Okay. Maybe this one will be good. 18, planet size of 18 is decent. Now, might as well also walk about our fleet. So, the starting corvette is pretty good. The default loadout is very, very nice. I usually just roll with it until I unlock new things, but combo of 2 kinetic batteries and 1 laser cannon is very, very nice. I should just use it until you get auto cannons. And yeah, just gonna change the name. It's something like, I don't know, shifter maybe. Just, I don't know, yeah. And yeah, update the new design. And yeah, it's important that as the game goes on, we keep from time to time reinforce our fleets. So just from time to time, just gonna build some new ships. And yeah. Oh wow, this is a shame. Look, just look at this. This is a good world, but most of it's currently blocked, so I can't really expand into this. And yeah, I am already through my second tradition peak, and I'm going to work for processing hubs to get that early. This is unfortunately pretty useless. Really, this is really useless. But honestly, this is the only useless perk in this entire tree. But yeah, we have to go through this. And the next one is going to be the processing hubs. Right, let's build the mineral station. And we need to build energy mining station because we are slightly going towards the 0 income. This is okay. This is nice. 7 energy. This is a very good planet, and it's not fully explored for some reason. My scientist is lacking. So let's get this to explored. Okay, later. 10% is okay, but I rather take my best chances at 5%. So just gonna wait. And let's build a mining station for energy. And honestly, I want to start expanding right away. So let's build a colony ship. This is an early expansion, and it's really important as Fanatical Purifier to expand as fast as you can. Start pumping those robots, which I actually forgot to buy new pops. This is the burden of playing a Machine Empire. You need to constantly build those pops by yourself. They don't breed. And just want to get this economy going. And yeah, it also takes quite a lot of time to form a settlement now. So yeah, and support bigger fleets and just before we meet a new AI so we can already have solid economy going. Fast expansion, just like it was before, very important. So yeah, do it when you have the minerals. Just send your colony ships and just keep expanding. New admiral. I don't really have the energy for this. I need the energy to clear blockers actually. So since we don't have a lot of minerals next to us, well, this planet is very good. We are going to build most of the mineral stations inside my homeworld and instead just use the energy around, since I see there's plenty of it. Use it to cover the costs. This is an excellent planet. And we have new encounter. What's this? Space whales. Okay, cool. No problem. 6 minerals. This is a good planet. Okay, this is 12. It's okay. It's like it's not the best, but anyway, the resources in it are very good. That's 6 minerals is very good. And we just need to expand towards it. And once this planet is scanned, we can build a spaceport here, the outpost, and then get this planet. So let's expand the nearby systems. I really just want to expand the minimum possible. So hopefully we will not stumble across enemy empires. We don't want to attract unnecessary attention. Let's construct a mining station here. Right, and yeah, this video is coming to a close, so we will continue on the next one.